How's it going, Minnesota? Welcome to this week's episode of The Morning Muscle. I've got Patrick Brinker here from 1456 Germantown. We don't use numbers anymore. Anyways, he's the Hulk. He's here to help us with answering phones.
Yeah.
When I call into a store, when I call anywhere, I expect an awesome greeting.
Yeah.
And what are most of our customers hearing right now?
Hello?
Or,
AT&T Germantown.
yeah, not really that inspiring.
No.
We're gonna go through the best way to answer the phone, how to turn that phone call into a potential sale,
Yep.
and help boost your traffic, and most importantly, make you guys some more money. I wanna turn out the lights here with a little bit of video magic. It's really important how you sound, like
Yeah.
how your voice sounds. So give me an example of that exact same greeting, but how not to sound.
AT&T in Germantown, this is Patrick.
That sucks. Like, I don't want to talk to that, Patrick.
No.
But give me the good one.
Thanks for calling AT&T in Germantown, this is Patrick. How can I help you?
That's awesome. Okay, lights back on. That second one, I mean, that sounds like a person that is friendly, who is enjoying their day, and someone who wants to help me out. And I want to talk to that person. What should the goal of every single phone call be?
Drive them into your store. I think one of the easiest ones is pretty much customer service always sends people to quote unquote corporate stores when we all know there really is very little difference between us. So when someone asks for that, I always just go to, well, what do you need? Because most likely I'll be able to help you out.
What are some examples of things that they send people to corporate stores for?
Password or account related stuff, my AT&T stuff, canceling lines. Even if we're not able to directly help them through Opus, we can still help them by getting RST or retention on the line. And then, after you build that trust with the customer, they're more likely to buy stuff from you.
The logic that I always use with people is when someone comes in to cancel a line, you can be the eyes and ears for loyalty and retention.
Yeah.
So you just notate the account, you call in with the customer, you help them with that process, and then you're their guy.
Yeah, and then they're going to come back to this store or whichever store they went to, not the corporate store. If they go to the corporate store because we can't help them, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go back to that corporate store because they're going to continue to think that we can't help them.
Yep, exactly. Same rules when you send someone to Apple or you send someone to Walmart or Amazon for whatever they're, just give them the solution that they need. That you can offer them. What about if they're in store and they have a question, like just question, not coming in to buy anything? How do we turn that into a sale?
I think it just comes down to 4: family, occupation, recreation, entertainment. If you're building rapport with that customer, you're talking to them about their lives, and especially a good example is cancellation of a line or. I know this one's a little bit grim, but someone passed away, so someone bringing a death certificate in and having a line canceled. More likely than not, there's going to be an opportunity there to sign people up for UVerse or something. And if you just greet them at the door and say, "Oh, we can't do that here," whatever, they're going to be frustrated. They're already upset, and they want someone to help them. If you're that person, you're going to build immediate trust. They're going to buy stuff from you. They're going to take your advice, and if that advice is, "Hey, let me save you money on UVerse," or cell phones or whatever, they're going to be much more apt to listen to you.
Another thing, like international, technically we don't add it in store, but we can give people all the information that they need.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people just say, hey, call into our international department. We don't have an international department, but we do have a great tab in MST that will show you the international options, and then they can actually add it through their MyATT app. So it's just giving your customers the best experience possible.
Exactly.
Sometimes it leads to a sale that day, but every time it should lead to a sale eventually because we're the person that took care of them and we helped them out. They're confident in us. They'll come and see us when they want to buy again.
Yeah, sometimes the best experience possible is just helping somebody out, even if it's a simple task. I had a lady come in last week who just wanted help on moving an icon on her phone, and she was eternally grateful. Ended up talking to her about TV. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about here.
That's awesome. And the more time you take to solve someone's problem, the more time you have for family, occupation, recreation, entertainment. The more time you take with the customer, the more you can learn about them. You build rapport, you break down those barriers, and then all of a sudden, you are knee deep in a sale.
That's right.
Let's talk about the challenge for this week. So, challenge number 1 is to get at least one appointment this week from a phone call. So someone calls in, they want to cancel, they want to go to a corporate store, they want you to access their account over the phone. Say, hey, let's set up a time for you to come into the store. I recommend Thursdays or Sundays because they're usually a little bit slower. Helps you guys on those down traffic days to bring people into your store, make a little bit more money. Number 2 is to turn at least one question per day into a sale. So that means you guys have to take ownership of that question. You have to get in there when someone says, I need my Apple ID password reset, I need my voicemail reset, whatever it is, get in there because you can then take the time to get to know your customer. Now, don't just sit there and solve their problem and don't end up in a sale because that's a total waste of time. I'll admit that. But make sure that you guys are always going into family, occupation, recreation, entertainment, build some rapport, find a solution, find the feature, how it benefits that specific customer. You've got a sale. I totally forgot what the third challenge was.
Sorry.
Do you remember? The third one, which was technically the first one, was answer the phone.
Answer the phone.
Answer the phone with enthusiasm every single time. So your voice is the only weapon that you have over the phone. Make sure you've got great inflection. Introduce yourself. Say where you are, what company you work for. You got AT&T in there. And then, how can I help you today? You hit basically all of the 5 key behaviors in your phone greeting, and it sets you apart from pretty much anywhere anyone will call.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's all we got for this week. Let's get out there and make it happen. Make sure our heads are even, so no one seems taller. Well, now I have to go like
I was just doing a little stretch.
that. Oh, okay.
Gotta find a happy medium.
Okay. Cool. I think we're same height. Is that important to you?
How tall are you?
6 foot.
I'm definitely 6 foot 1 inch.
Okay. I don't think you are.